Hey there YouTube. This is just a quick highlight of some of my creations in Dreams. I thought I'd update people on what I've been doing. Well, seeing as, not to bring crap into this, but CDPR's absolute disgusting handling of customer support in Cyberpunk. I've been playing this 90% of the time, so I thought I'd give you a quick little highlight of what I've done. This is just the characters I've created. Um, Base, like starter kits, and some of the a little bit more finished, but because this has a very, I want to say bad moderation system, um, the moderation system should actually talk to Cyberpunk because those two think roughly the same, but you can't do anything that is above a general rating. So if you show you have to be very careful of boobs that jiggle. Like that's how like petty this crap is. But um, me being an artist, which is why the whole cyberpunk, I'm not going into the cyberpunk thing, is actually like doing my head in no end. I'm an artist, and when I make something, I want it to be as correct as possible. And when you cannot do certain things because they won't let you, or they want to hide it from you, or whatever, it's like it does my head in. So here we go. So that's since full release. I've done about the same again in pre-release, but pre-release is pre-release. But yeah, that's my first release. This was called one, as in the first, as in number one. Male and female characters. That one, um, the slightly more modified version of it, the more complete version of it got flagged. It's mature content. You can't show it, even though you're a mature gamer. It's whatever. Then we've got here. That's a template, so it's got wings. If I boot it up, so you can see like that's the load times in this game. So it's just that's the basic puppet that comes with the game. You control the puppet. The little things on the back are just wing templates. So if someone wants to use it, and they can use it, and they can use the trigger to flap the wings. That's all that is. It's like the little wing template. And it's on that puppet so that people can go in there, either take the wings off the puppet, put on their own one, or whatever. That's why it's there. Then we've got this one here, which is stone elemental. It uses some stone pillars and blocks and stuff like that they've done. I'll go in and show you. It's that other puppet just basically reskinned. So yeah, there's nothing there. It doesn't do anything special and all that. It's just so you can put it in the background, alright. Then we go to the little bit more complete versions. We've got Jiggly Jane. In pre-release, I had a puppet called Jiggly Jane. I'll open her up so you can see. And it was for me testing like how I can make certain limbs or whatever. So her belly, her breasts, and her butt cheeks, they all jiggle. So if you jump, you can just make it out. It's basically the one puppet, the first puppet there. It's basically that puppet but with jiggly bits. So yeah, she doesn't do anything majorly special except for jiggle. This is the base version of a puppet that I have got a more complete version of, but the more complete version isn't publicly released, so you can't edit it. Whereas this one you can edit. This one doesn't have all its special powers or anything like that. So you can't pull the triggers to have it do special moves or anything like that. It's literally just a base puppet styled. The full version is a whole. It's got double jump attacks and stuff like that. As we go up, so that's the first mini puppet. It's just a basic puppet. So if someone wants to use it, it's the basic puppet, the slide version of it. So it's meant for like platforming games and stuff like that. It's basically a styled version of that. So if you don't want to use the plain puppet, you can throw her in. That is just a black and white, very basic puppet. Um, that's the basic puppet with extra hands or arms. So you have again, so if people want to use it to create their own characters, they can. Then we got my Chrono 2. This is a remake of a previous puppet I had, which is called Chronos. It's a cross between the alien out of Alien, and like teddy bears and that sort of stuff. So it's like the scariest thing to the cutest thing type thing. It's meant to be a mix of those. This particular one doesn't have the same features as the old one did. But the old one had a special run animation. This one doesn't. It's just the basic animation for running. It does have things like when you eject the little red thing. That's your imp. That's how you control the game if you don't know what the game is about. When you eject it, it goes to that stance, and you can actually go. If I can remember what button it was, yeah, that triangle goes it into like stealth mode, like hiding. So that's that one. A good point with that one is just some of the old one, that some of the tentacles actually wobbled, but because as you can see there's a few tentacles on the front, I was worried it's going to get flagged as inappropriate, like, oh my god, that's not... Yes, so, this is a puppet for your imp, so it literally puts your head on the puppet, but this has extra features of... It has run and crouch, but then as you can see I can change the colour on the fly. And if you look at the breasts, see how jiggly they are? If I go, I think it's down on the D-pad for stiffer, yeah, and if I go up on the D-pad, I can make them more jiggly. So yeah, that's that. Doesn't really do much more. It's got the run. I believe it's got a crouch. Yeah, the squat. A kneel. And the jump, obviously. It does have the double jump, and both, yeah, the breasts and the color can be changed on the fly. So if that's too jiggly, just tap on the D-pad and it changes that jiggliness. Alright, then we got this one. This was obviously made in June. That's what for a while there I was doing I think it was for the 3 months. I was going to do a puppet related to the month. This one here is kind of Smurf related. Cartoon meets Smurf style characters. They don't do a lot. They got the big hands, the big feet, the cartoony head. You can obviously change from the male to the female. They both do exactly the same. They don't walk differently, I don't think. Yeah, no, because some of them I put extra hip wiggle in and stuff like that. But they're basic, so you can use them. This is a fairy one. This one has wrong button. That one has flight. It's basic flight. It's nothing special. It's more of a platforming character. So if you jump and then do the fly, you slowly glide up, and then you can let go, and then you can slowly come down. That one there again, it's got the jiggly breasts and the jiggly tail, stinger, whatever you call it, and the antennas, they jiggle. The eyes are a separate one I've made. You can actually download them separately. They're rigged eyes, so they move independently. They randomly look left, right, up, down, and blink and stuff like that. So that's how people can use that as well. That's just a basic puppet. And as we come further up here, this one here is Dara. A lot of the puppets, up to a certain point, up to 5, had Scottish names. So like Dara, Trier, and stuff like that. They're all Scottish words. They're actually the numbers. So if you know Scottish or Gaelic, then you'd know what Dara is, and you know what version puppet this is. Clue. There's the first one that was named These are all offshoots, and then there's that one. So there's a clue. Actually, does it say it in there? No. But this is the base puppets. I have further along puppets, but I don't publicly release them. If anyone requests, like if they send me a message on this game and go, look, I want to use one of these puppets, but I want to style it this way, I'm more than happy to style one for them. Or they can use the base puppet and style it themselves. But this particular one has the less cartoony styled body and head. But if I quickly show you how the edit system works, right? You can go in, and the way I made the heads was so that the eyes and the eyebrows, because it looks a little odd as it now is now. But you can actually come into the head, as you can see, I'm actually something. You can see all the little circles. That's what the skull is made up of, all those shapes. So it's done like that, so like the nose, you can move individual parts to shape it like you want. You can grab the eyes, you can move the eye, I'll grab them, I'll show you. If I click on the eyes, I can move the eyes around. So yeah, that's what this one's main part was. Like the puppet has the basic functions. Test pose. That's if you're making clothes and stuff. You can look at the elbows, the hip joints, the knees, and so like how much is sticking out and stuff like that. That's why it's such a weird angled pose. It's got the jump. It's got run. I don't think it has crouch. Yeah, no crouch. Yeah, these are all basic puppets at the moment. There are some further up that are more advanced. That's literally a basic puppet. This one here's a little bit more advanced. So I'll give you a quick look at this one. A red and a blue because you can play multiplayer. Not over the internet or anything, but on like couch co-op. So you can be a blue robot and a red robot. And the way this one works is its health bar is its battery life. So if you bring up its battery, you can see it's got full battery there. And if you go over here and get hurt a little bit, now I just got hurt a little bit and I'll bring up the battery. You can see there it's about half drained. So it's about half health. And to heal up, you come over to here, which can be placed anywhere. Like you can edit this how you like. And you can see the batteries in there. And if you look closely, you can see the one on the left is low. The other two are high. They're the exact same models as inside the thingy, but what you do is you walk up to it. And as you can see, square to replace. If I bring up the battery, go square, it's recharged. That's how the, and that's all pretty much what this is. Like it has a crouch mode. It has a run mode and stuff like that, but it's just basic stuff. Nothing special. I know that one doesn't have it. There was one that had light up mouth, but that one doesn't. But that's the basic version. And then we got the jiggler, which is a template version for people who want to have the jiggles. So as you can see, like it's got a little bit of jiggly in the butt, and so obviously you can resize the breasts to your own liking, but it's got jiggly breasts. It's just a basic puppet. Puppets are what they call the base characters that you build off of. Okay, if we go down even more, okay. That there is a Minecraft-esque style thingy. It was a challenge I gave myself. Make a character out of a small amount of sculpts, which is what the shapes are called that you put into the puppet. It is make one of them the least amount of shapes you can. This is a set. I do have them for download separately, but it's a set. So it's alive, fresh dead, long dead. It's called a frenemy. So it's like an enemy that was a friend. They all have the flashing heart, including the one that is, if I get it away from the others, you can see there's a flashing heart under there. Again, you can resculpt it. The only thing it has going for it right now is the fact it's got the flashing heart. So that's all that is really. It was a test for the flashing heart. That's another template. This is an early test template, which I have since abandoned. But it has some functions like stretch, which is meant to be a sidekick. Then it's got sit or relax, crouch or prone, and the water puddle is because it's got a swim function of sorts. It's not a true swim because the water is not true water. That is literally just a layer of pixels basically, or as it's called in this game, flecks. And the circles are a gadget that makes a circle appear at the surface of the water. It is technically walking on the ground underneath it, but it's doing the animation of swimming. And when you enter the water, you do the whole get shiny. If I show you, go in the water, see how it's shiny. You can hop back out, it's shiny. It's testing. People might want to use it. This one here is literally just a very basic sculpt. It's a puppet, but it's like nothing special. It's got shape of a human. Same with that one. That one there, that's another Scottish word. This character is, again, this is the light version, as you can see. The more complete version has a lot more detail, but they frown on that because, you know, a human having detailed bodies is like, how dare you? So yeah, it's a usable puppet. It's got the run function, it's got the jump function, and it's got a kneel function. I don't think it's got any other major functions. No menus, no nothing. Some of them do have menus, that one does not. Okay, this is one of my main releases. This again is the base version. People can download, people can request for versions of it for me to edit it. Like this one here, as you can see, it's got the hip wiggle. It's got the run function. It's got a very basic menu system. So yes, when you're in that mode there, that's your menu system. It's like you don't actually have any menu functions in it. One of the other ones I made has got menu functions, so changing outfits or healing up and that sort of stuff would be done through that. Triangle is for kneel or crouch, or hide in this case, and then square is use. It doesn't have double jump unless you hold in one of the other buttons. That's like a secret feature. Yeah, so that's it. It's a very usable puppet, and it's styled in a way so you can use it for realistic or animation styled ones. Another slide puppet. This one's got more of a painted, realistic looking thing, and it has some functions to it, like it's got torch from the dark spots. It's got the run function. I think that's pretty much all it's got. Yeah, I can't see any other functions in it. That is the newer version of the eyes. They're the same. They're a set. They're synchronized with the look left, look right, up, down, blink. This one is a little bit more detailed, a little bit heavier. As it blinks, the pupils dilate. So if you can catch it quick enough, as the eyelids open, the pupils were large and they shrink back down again. It has a shrinking and enlarging pupil. So it's a little bit more detailed. The irises, you can change the color of the irises and stuff like that. It's a fairly good detailed eye. As we go further up, there's the doll base. This one was made into a remake of something I made in pre-release, but it's meant to be like, think ball joint dolls, that kind of figurines. Doesn't have anything special, it's just styled and sculpted. I do try and alter all my characters are made from scratch, and I do try and alter their functionality to a certain extent. So one might walk a different way to another or have different options. This one I made while I was waiting for these a-holes to fix Cyberpunk. It is actually just a sculpt. It was done in a stream. You can find my stream and have a look at it. You can watch me make this character. Nothing special. It's literally just a sculpt. It's got a little bit like the realistic features-ish. So you can see like on the sides of the chest there, see like a rib cage. Um, the head shape's more civilized looking and stuff like that. It's got a kneel or a crouch, and it's got obviously the run. Again, the hands are also a separate one you can download. I've got 3 versions. One's publicly released. Second one is privately released, and the third one is a edit of the ones that are on here, which are sculpted. So they got more of a like a knuckle and stuff like that. They have pre-programmed, so when you do the run, the fist, it's all pre-programmed. So you can just throw a wire in there and you can have it do those particular poses. It's for easy setup for people who want to make a character and need a hand. It's got the fist, the gun grip, the middle finger, the rock symbol and stuff like that. And then we come up here. Anyone who's a fan of Evangelion, this character is in between the shorter slide puppets and the full-size puppet. It's technically a slide puppet, but it's a larger puppet. It's more closely styled to a standard puppet. It's got the flappy forehead, the pigtails do wiggle a little bit. It's got its run function. It's got the jump function, and that's kind of it. There's not a lot in it. It's a styled puppet. You can feel free to remix it, recolor it, whatever. This is the base puppet restyled. So it is nothing special. It's what you're supposed to start with. But the standard one is literally like those wooden mannequins you can get for artists. But this one has, as you can see, the male is male shaped and the female is female shaped. Again, no huge details. Like the hands are like a handful of sculpts and stuff like that. It's meant to be a starting, because a lot of people have trouble and they get it wrong with like the butt cheeks when you bend over. The legs poke out weird and stuff like that, or if you're doing weird stuff with puppets, you get weird poke throughs and stuff like that. This one, if you go like that, you can see there is a little bit on the hip there, but it's a good start. And while I'm in there, you can see too, like if I go to the female has a better hip wiggle. I can see the butt sort of like swaying left to right a little bit. The male, if you look, it's less in the butt and more in the shoulder. It's subtle, but it's there. So yeah, that's a good starting point. Now we're going up to the newer ones. This is Bug. She is one of the smaller puppets, but rescaled, so she's a large puppet. Basic functions, nothing special. But she was a cute style. I thought, yeah, we'll make it and I'll release it. She's got as you look, the jiggly antennas. The eyes are cool. Like if I turn her into the darker area, you can see like the eyes glow. But she's got the double pupils, because she's a bug. Alright, then we got this one here, Unit 21. It's a kind of a reference again to Evangelion. But this is, again, a base puppet, but semi-ready to go. So it has armor plating, the spacesuit part, obviously you can texture it how you like. It's got lights on the helmet, which actually, so wherever you look, will shine, and in the breast guard. Now, if someone uses this and wants to have it as a male character, because obviously it's styled to be a female, all you have to do is, if I exit, I'll go to an edit so you can see it. It's simple enough. What you do is you can do the chest, and that circle there, you can remove that and adjust those shapes to your liking. or you can resculpt everything how you like. Like I'm not gonna tell you how to make your own characters. Okay, this one here is literally just they released a character that was that but with no arms. It had no arms. This is literally just that character with added arms. I did change the colors a little bit. I gave her blue eyes, um, gave her the white underwear, the green top, that sort of stuff. It's like, but she's got the arms. They're not high detailed, and I don't know if you look, if I come in nice and close, you can see the little paw and stuff like that. So yeah, it's nothing special. But if you wanted to use that character but didn't like the fact she didn't have any arms, there's a version of with arms. Okay. If we go to the other side, that one there is a ghost puppet. It is, if you're not sure on how to make a ghost puppet, this particular one has, as you can see, this little tail there. It's got a little bit of physics to it. But if I bring it up and go into edit mode, and then bring up to show all, underneath all it's just a basic puppet. All I've done is made it so that it doesn't have any bounce or anything when it walks, and it makes no sound. And then make it so all this is invisible. So if I make it all, and you just see that. So it's easy enough done on your own, but if you want to use this template, go for it. Okay, now we get up to the newer ones. See, there's the hands. There's the original hand. I'll bring it in and have a look. Okay, there's the hand. It is, I didn't sculpt it. It was sculpted by the game company. But if you hold in left shoulder, you can pull certain things, have it do certain things. Right shoulder does other things. It has if I go to edit mode, and I'll show you. This is how the game works. Okay. If I go into it, and I unhide all the inside parts. There's the chip. There's the basic poses. So it has a fist, and what is that now is idle. If we go into the advanced, that's where there are things like peace. So it's in the peace symbol. The gun grip, so holding a gun. That's the point. So there's the basic poses that most people would want to use. The 1001 or the rock. You know, rock and roll. And then we've got the middle finger. The little bird, the one that everyone knows. So yeah. The way it works is you plug into there, there, and there from your puppet. Those two there operate the advanced modes, and that one there switches between the poses and now and the fist. So if you want to do a run, you'd wire when your character is running, you'd wire it into that part right there. So when your character is running, it'll do a fist. Okay, so back out of that one, and I'll show you the newer version, which is exactly the same thing, but as you can see, it's sculpted. I've added some knuckles, I've added the fingernail parts. I'll go into the edit so you can see the chip in that as well. Okay, and this one here has you don't necessarily have to plug it into your puppet. So as you can see, I'm just tapping the left shoulder and it's doing the piece. And if I now hit circle, wait, it's not circle. Okay, triangle? I can't remember well, we can check. Okay, let's bring up the wiring. Okay. There's the controls of the original. I did retweak the poses a little bit, like the peace symbol, that one. The previous one had those end bits were curled over a bit and it didn't look right, so I retweaked it. But I didn't change anything major, it's all still the same poses. And then in here is that controller is if we go into here, it is a remote control. So if this is on your puppet attached to your character, it will operate its circle button and the two shoulder buttons. As you can see, there's L1, L2, L1, R1, and then circle. They go across. If we go to here, so R1 goes to there, which is the fist, and then the L1 goes to there, which then goes into advanced, which is that one. Advanced toggle. Wait, hang on. Did I put it in? No. Okay. Well, yeah. So it should be in that respect. It should be L1 and circle to switch through the different advanced thingies. So if I back all the way back into it and go to view mode, right? That text is that little chip. I'll show you in a minute, but it's that. So right shoulder or R1 fist. That goes to there, and there you go. See, it's switching through on the fly, and you can do that in your puppet without having to wire it. You can just plug it onto your puppet, and you don't have to wire anything. So if I go back into edit mode, and if you want to get rid of that text, I've made it quite easy for you as well. You can just flick that switch, will turn off the remote function and the text. But if you want the remote function, you just come into this one here, that text document, and go down to the power button and hit off. And then when you go out, the text isn't there. And it still works with the remote functionality. So that's the hand. So if you've made it your own puppet and you need a hand, like an actual hand, because I don't mind if you throw me a message if you get stuck or you need some help with something, throw me a message on the game. I'm more than willing to help. But that's those. Then we've got that one there, which is another sliding puppet. This one here, as you can see, the shape is a circle, whereas these are pentagon, octagon, pentagon, 5 sides. That's a circle. Means it's playable, not editable. So you cannot edit this one, but you can play around with it. It is pretty basic puppet. She has my dynamic cloth skirt on, and her only real feature, excluding the fact that she's supposed to be adorable, is if you circle shows you the health, but that's not the thing. If you exit your puppet, exit your little red thing, which is called an imp, exit your imp from your puppet, and then go back in again. Her underwear changes color. That's pretty much her only feature. It's a randomized underwear color. Other than that, she's just a normal puppet. And then we got another one here. This one isn't editable either. But this one here is at the stage where if you want to use the puppet, let me know. And I'm more than happy to put you in a cooperative save. Like I'll save it as something that you can collaborate on. So if I open her up, the camera is zoomed in on her. Normally it's further away. Again, she's got the dynamic skirt. It's got a bit of poke through on her butt. I'm not happy with it, but you know, still working on it. But she's got the cool ability of throwing hot dogs. Now that hot dog is also available to download, but because this is the character showcase, it's not in this. The hot dog bun is a sculpt cut in half with a hinge, and the wiener is technically 5 sculpts in a hot dog shape. Yes, so that's her. This here is a head template which I've got up. I have recently made a full character with this head, but as you can see as I'm talking, the puppet has a moving mouth, so the mouth will open. The eyes do blink, as you can see. They don't move because they are, if I zoom in, I'm not going to say it, they're full sculpts, so they're not aimable, whereas the fully rigged eyes are like a ball that pivot. But this, you can literally just plug it onto the top of your character and off you go. Doesn't need any wiring because it has the same thing as the other one, a remote control in it, which does the mouth. When you talk through your mic, or if you want to wire it up, you can wire it up through a pre-recorded stream you've done. It will then move to the voice of that. Okay, and then technically last on the characters is this, which isn't really a character. It's more of a base game creation kit, right? It comes with the puppet, a couple of pieces, and all that. Key feature with this is most of the pieces are built from pre-existing things from in the game. So all those out there are the sculpts the character can use, but all those, I didn't sculpt any of them. They're stuff that's in the game. So if you want to use the in-game stuff and make a level out of it, but also include this puppet, you can include them and the puppet can use them. So I'll jump in the puppet and show you. It's an adventure puppet, so as you can see, it's got the little 100 health on the back. And if you come over and read the sign, crawl, and run is R1. But if you come up to the stool, you can push square and use the stool. It heals health, that's all it does. It's just a basic thing, but if you come inside here, you say, oh, I can't get in there. I've got to crawl in. Okay, and then, oh no, lava, oh, I got hurt. Oh no, I need healing. Oh, I'm up at the top where you finish the game. But if I drop down here, and show you the water one. See this sculpt, the water pond here? That's one of the ones that's out there. Stand in the middle, press square, and she drinks. Again, it's all set up so you can change the sound effects. I haven't put a heap of detail into the character's body. As you can see, it's very basic. It's so that you can do your own sculpts, make it your own character. But that's that. Now if I back out, if I scroll this way, you can see all my creations in the playables. If I go to all my alls, they're all my creations full stop. So you can see all the puppets and all sorts of stuff. So if I grab, for example, choose an all. This is a good one here. This is a good example. Someone asked me for help, right? So I grabbed their puppet that they had made. Pretty much all they'd done is given it a little bit of a armband, right? They'd done nothing else to it, and they said like, I need help, right? Please help me make a OC, which is original character. I asked them. So that guy there asked me if there's any chance I can give him a hand. I said, yeah, no worries. What do you need? You're looking for like programming, sculpting, design, whatever. And it's more like a design. So I quickly whipped this one up, so we can get some ideas. It's meant to represent like a sporty person. So it looks like it's wearing like soccer cleats, football cleats, whatever they call it. So like the socks with the shin guards and stuff like that. It's got like some sort of like small little shirt on. Then it's got like a tracksuit, but it's like shorts on it. It's got my blinking eyes. It's got a headband. Its special function is when you enter it, its clothes light up. Other than that, I didn't do a great lot because he wasn't asking for program or anything like that. He was asking for a design. So I gave him this design. It's got the little shorts on. It's got the little headband with my dynamic cloth piece on it. A little bit of sculpting in the socks, not a lot, keeping it simple, so he can add whatever he wants to it. If I go to one of my more detailed characters, here we go. This is the one that I showed you before, called Lady. The body is hers. The head is another creator. He made this head, but it was just a head. But as you can see, it's a really good head. So to help him out, I made the body, or edited the body slightly to fit the styling of the thing. So like the original creation has like this one here, the little bikini bottom and the bikini bra. And if you tap that, it's got no extra functions there at the moment. But if you go to the other puppet, it's more of a tomboy version. So it's got like the shorts and like the more of a crop top rather than like a standard top. So it's just a slight different style for his, because he's got the two different hairstyles. There else have we got? A lot of them aren't safe for YouTube. Well, here we go. Here's that doll base as the robot. Alright, so as you can see, when I talk, the mouth flashes. The eyes light up when you push a button. It does have a crouch. As you can hear, it makes the noises of a robot as it moves around. It does the jump. So if you want to use the base thing, edit to your heart's content. If you want to use this one, let me know. I'll throw you in a collab, or even release this as an editable. Like make this version editable on the downloads. There's the lady with a different head. A lot of those are unsuitable for YouTube. There's a couple. There's a whole string there. There's a whole string of my triers, but it's not saying there. If I go across this, we can see here the genealogy, right? Coco Trier, Melina Trier, Samantha Trier. I'm probably saying that slightly wrong, but you know, and Sandy Trier. They're the four versions of my third puppet. Wow, I'm disgusted in myself. I can't even remember. Yeah, that's third. Trier is third. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, any Scottish people watching. But yeah, it's those four puppets on my deserted island, which is mixable. You can download that and mix it. You cannot mix these four. Then they're not publicly available because of the moderation. Then it's got some of the sound effects that are on the island. So for example, the wood creaking is used in the trees. So if I load it up, go view. So this isn't publicly available. You cannot play this or anything like that. This is for my purpose only. And I can choose any of these puppets. This is the original one. It's got the dynamic cloth. I believe it's got the dynamic underwear change as well. So if I exit and go back in, yeah, see now it's a blue pair of underwear. It's got the physics on the top of the shirt. Like if I move, you see it move. When you talk, the mouth opens, as you can see. She's got, when you look left and right, the eyes move left and right. It's got the blink. It's got different poses, so camera zoom, so you can zoom in and out. You can go to the, that's a test pose, so you can see like where the knee joint is, anything like that. That's the wink, so you can wink. I think I added that because I was planning on releasing it as so you can make your own like cutscenes and you can go, that's the way, boys. So yeah, that's your. I think it's more like a puffed pose, or what do you call it? Oh yeah, I was gonna show you. So if you come over the trees, you should hear. It's not gonna be very noticeable, is it? No, but you can hear the wood creaking when you're over here. The ocean noise, obviously. And this island. Oh yeah, this character has the click L3 to run. So you click it, it does the run, and then when you release, the run cancels. And the water, it's just it's a fake water, so you can walk in water. This one I believe does have a menu system. Oops. Oh yeah, there you go. If you look on the top left there, the menu system is there. So, for example, if I go shirt, I can take, put it back on. No, don't do it on YouTube. I can adjust her like clothing pieces. Put shirt back on. There we go. The skirt one, I believe, gives you the short skirt and the short top. So it's like a style change. So yeah, this is probably one of my more along characters. Like I can't show you, but underneath the clothing, as you saw with the breasts, anatomically she's 90% there. So yeah, that's why she's not released, because they have a huge hissy fit over that. And again, I've got them saved individually. Let's see what else we got here. This one here. This is a Sonic Puppet template, but it's a body swap. So it's what I call a body swap when I use a different head. So in this case, it's Amy, Cream, and Sticks. It's their heads on a body I made. I have made a Sonic the Hedgehog puppet. If I go SH, because I believe that's what it's labeled as. Oh, there it is. Sonic Hedgehog puppet. This is a template you can download. 8 people have given it likes. It's remixable, so you can make it your own. There's Sonic the Hedgehog. He has a talking mouth. It's just a swapping sculpt. I believe he blinks. Yep, there you go. That is a trick. He doesn't actually blink. The white part changes color and the pupils disappear. It gives you the illusion of blinking. He has the dual run, so he has the normal run. That's a pose, wrong one. Okay, yeah. That's the fast run, which makes him run really, really fast. Medium speed. And then he's at the normal run, which is the normal run. Oh. He has a very basic that. He has... They both have the exact same things. They both have all these poses. They got that pose, that pose, that pose, and that pose. That pose is supposed to represent, like when you win and or you hold up the thing at the end. That's what that's supposed to represent. That is like, can I have, please, like a beg or a thank you very much type pose. Then we got that, which is more like an activate pose, and that is more like a crouch and sneak. So there is this, which is what I call the photo mode. This one has fixed camera, so you cannot go out of that. But it's so if you want to pull off like a screenshot or something like that, you can do that. Again, you can go into it, edit the camera angle, its focus, all that sort of shit. You can edit all that, make it your own. That's an early test for an armor, which has got 3 likes, as you can see. The way it works is, as long as you got the chrome parts on, he took less damage. But if you look, his armor also broke. And you have to pick up the sewing needles. The pants, off memory, are 3, and the top and helmet is a 4. So I've got 4, so if I do up, I can repair that. I must have only 3 for the top. So it must be 2 for the pants. Yeah, well anyway, if I get 4... oh yeah, that's a very, very early attack. Okay, so there's 5. So if I stand in this red part, which is a damage meter, there you go. That's him unarmored. So these little tidy whities. If I tap down the D-pad, I can repair that. Up on the D-pad, repair the rest. That one there was for a challenge they gave out. Music-related puppet, or music-related creation. So I got my YouTube channel and what used to be my designing logo. It's on her back. If you pull R1, it does the rhythmic part, on and off, and the other side does the drums, on and off. and if you do them both. And obviously, if you pause one, bring it in a different time, you can make your music slightly different. That's what she does. And apparently randomly farts. But yes. Yes. Because she was originally yes, okay. Because the one puppet had a function as it went further along that it could break wind. You could pull a... This is a bit further along than I remember. Because she's got the light. She's got the run. Does she have any other functions? No, it doesn't look like it. Got the crouch. Okay, anyway. Well, there's that puppet. That is a remixable version of one of my first creation of a survival island. It has the 4 puppets and you got to keep them alive. It was at the point where the programming that I was doing was getting so all over the place. It was getting too complicated and it's like I had to simplify it. And instead of trying to simplify a buttload of crap, I just scrapped it and started again. So this one doesn't have all the puppets at the top, like the screenshot shows. This has one puppet, right? And I've slightly rewired it so you don't have to do any wiring. You can throw your own puppet in here, and it will slowly, bottom right hand corner, receive damage. Unless you come up to a water source, so you can't drink out the ocean because it's salt water. There's a water source just here. If you get in there and press square, it will heal you to a certain extent. And same with if you come over to the cave. There's a campfire. If you push square at the campfire, you can eat. That is a abandoned sleep function that was going to be in it. It's like, it's kind of silly having a sleep function if you're only going to play it for a short period of time. So I didn't bother. So yeah, this is like, you can literally get your own puppet, throw it in here, no wiring needed. Because it has a global health modifier which slowly drains your health. And then at the campfire and at the drinking hole, it has a remote that if you activate it with a square while near it, it will give you a heal. I believe it's 25 or 15 heal at each point. So if you're like down a fair bit, you'll have to come over and have to hit it a couple of times. I don't believe this one still has the daylight function going. I think I turned the daylight cycle off. No, it would be on because... Yeah, because the day count is still there. Or is it getting darker? It might be getting darker. It might have the daylight... Yeah, it would have the daylight cycle. So yeah, this is literally like, download it, stick your own character and make your own game. There I'm at 85. Come down, we'll get a drink. So that one was a 10 points. I could open up the wiring and show you all the wiring, but it's like, that's asking for it. Okay, that is, see these are pre-full release. So that there's a sculpted puppet. I was attempting to get rid of all the joints. So that's why like, you can see like, that joint there is really hard to get rid of. And so is that one there. Without making them look either too muscly or too round. So it's like it's a trick. That there is a tricky, and that there is the hardest point. On the back is not too bad because everyone has a bum crease at the bottom. But yeah, you can tell older puppets by the way they walk. See how it does the whole wiggle, 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 and then if you do a run, they only do like a half run. It's like, it's weird. So you can tell the older puppets. So yeah, and there's my town test. Again, this one you can download and edit. This one was a testing on the limitations of what the game can handle. Right, so it's got 2 puppets. There's your puppet, which is what we are now. And somewhere amongst all these buildings, there's another puppet. It's kind of like a hide and seek. All the doors do work. They don't have the auto function of like this one here where it auto opens. they're literally like you bump into it, you can see it swinging, and you can push it open. They're all hinged, so then yeah, so you can get inside every single building, but every building is also the same building. So yeah, that's that creation. Again, that icon there with the like the recycle, you can edit that one. The one that's in the circle but with the controller, you can only play, you can't edit. That icon represents that it's not online, it's not saved online at all. That one is it's saved online but private or unlisted or unavailable. And then there's also that one, which is saved online as a private save. So yeah, that's your different. There are a couple of other ones too, but I don't know whether I've used them. As you can see, that's one of the. That one there is so people can try it. This is the 1.5. It's not quite at the point where they're on the island, but it's getting along there. And this has got some of the survival mechanics. So if you look up on the top right hand corner, she's got her health. Again, she's got the talking. Looking left and right, her eyes move, and also stuff. She's got all the different modes. This entire creation, everything in here, is my creation. I sculpted it. I put the codes in, or put the wiring in and everything. Except for the lights. Those are actually lights you can download from the creators. These are test cupboards. This is obviously a test. As you can see, it's now yellow. So she's getting hungry or thirsty or whatever. Every time you open it, there's a random chance of, there you go, it just filled it. So there's a random chance of it filling it. So in this one here, you can literally just sit here and spam it to fill it up. The plan was, it would be, you'd open it, either get your food or not, and then go check another cupboard, and you won't be able to recheck that cupboard for a certain length of time. And then after a certain length of time, maybe an in-game day, it would then recycle and give you another 50-50 chance of getting food. The bed, there is a this bed is from one of my previous other creations. It does have a sleep function, but it's not on this one. I haven't made this have a sleep function. Because people aren't going to be playing it for that long, so I thought I won't bother putting it in yet. Bathtub, this is another one of my creations. It fills up, and it drains out. It doesn't really have use. So like, you can stand in it, that's about it. This is literally, each room is a sculpt, and the staircase. So that is one sculpt. Then it's stacked. Oh, a bit upskirt there. It's stacked for 3 floors, 4 times. I haven't put lights and everything on the other ones because it's like it's a showcase. It's like each floor, obviously. That fence post isn't my sculpt. That's the creator's sculpt. If you come to the top floor like this one, if you look, no cupboards, and this is my early. That's the early food test. So you'd come up here, click on it, and hope that you get fed. Then I thought, okay, we'll make a cupboard version. There's another bed. I don't think this one has a bathtub. No, this one has a bathtub as well. So yeah. In its current state, I can't remember whether you can actually die from hunger. I think your health goes down to a certain point, that's it. But I'm not going to sit here and find out, so let's move out. Okay. See, there you can play it, but I believe I have one. No, I don't. I thought I had one saved so you can actually download and edit the room yourself. That's just literally a chuck. So every time you press a button on the controller, the buttons go down and they light up. Again, it's got the remote in there, so you don't actually have to possess it. Okay, here's the kicker. This is abandoned now. I've given up on it. It is a template of Visa Room out of Cyberpunk. I got to this point, and I've gone like, you know what? They're not going to give me the game that I've paid for. Why should I show them any sort of homage by recreating it? But I thought, you know what? Why should I keep it to myself? I'll release it. I released it, and people can actually now you can download this, and if you want to finish the Visa Room, you can. So yeah, and you can tell that by well, it's had 2 thumbs up, so 2 people like it. If I back out even one more, it's got the little recycle symbol, so it's editable. Actually, if you go in here, you can see up here, remixable listed. You can play the game in VR, and one of my creations in here, oh, that's one of the recent ones I released. It's a puppet I was working on. I think I've given up on that puppet because, like, nothing against the puppet, but I feel like her hip section looks a little odd. I think she's too thick, depth-wise. Yeah. So if you look from this, like if you, I don't even tell. Yeah, like certain angles, it looks like the butt area or something is not quite right, and I just can't figure out what is wrong with it because it all moves correctly and everything like that. Like there's no weirdness there, but it's like it just looks a little wrong. So I might try and resculpt to see what happens. This is a homage creation, I suppose you could say it. Put up remixable. It is a remix of this person's creation. So the way the game works is you can mix anyone's things, but it will always put that little tag stating that it's from somebody else, or something like that, so that they can get their credit where it's due. Right? If I come over to here, I can actually see the creation it's made from. That creation. So if I bring it up there, I thought, okay, I'll recreate that, but different. Because Ashley is my favorite character out of all the Resident Evil games. And if I open up this puppet, it's just a recreation of that puppet, but it's the sliding puppet. So it's got the head from the other creator. I borrowed the skirt and the scar, or the jumper from the other creator. All the rest I created. So it's the sliding puppet. The skirt I created because I gave it the dynamic skirt. And I even went as far as, I don't remember what button it was, circle? Yeah, circle. That is meant to be the Uperv pose. Now she goes and puts her hands and covers the skirt. It's meant to be that. So yeah. So that's one of those kind of creations. I like doing those kind of creations. Find something I like, edit it in a way that people can go, oh yeah, that was that puppet. That's the puppet I'm currently working on. It's a very detailed puppet, so not safe for YouTube. And this is one of my latest releases. She's editable. She has the jiggly breasts, the jiggly butt. She's a slime creature, so if you push triangle, I haven't put noises, because I don't know what kind of noise to put, because what do you put for her? Like, do you put a noise? Because that sounds horrible. And then she comes back up again. So she doesn't have a crouch. Her crouch is literally get a blob. And you can sneak through gaps. She has got lit up arms, so if you're in the dark, you can do hold square and you can see in the dark. Yeah, so that's the latest release. There's that puppet. This is the stage 2 of the toon puppet. See, so it's got like, it's got the newer hand on it. It's got the talking head, as you can see, and it blinks. Right on the D-pad changes male and female. It doesn't have clothing, so you can clothe it yourself. Right on the left on the D-pad changes, in brackets, anime style, so that style, to not that style. It has a run, and it has a crouch. And as you can see, I can change it on the fly without having to open up any menus. And that one is actually, you can download it and edit to make your own. And by all means, help yourselves. If you think you've made a great creation out of it, you can share it with me, because you can share your creations with people. And that's what I like to see. If someone grabbed this, made their own character, made a game out of it, made a level out of it, whatever, and then shared it with me, I'll play it, I'll give them a thumbs up. Again, thumbs up thing. I'll go to the... Oh, I got a notification of... Someone shared, there we go. Someone shared something with me. So let's open it up. Alright. It's music. And I don't care for music, so I don't listen to music. But if I go to, for example, this one here, shared an aquarium. So if I go there, that's the aquarium that shared with me. It's only playable. I can't edit it. But well, let's give it a play. Have a look-see. Okay, so this is somebody else's creation. I can tell you exactly what they've done. They've got a slowly zooming in camera. More than likely the sides are gadgets to look like glass. They've probably got a brush and made the particles look like bubbles. And then the brush of the grass of the moving reeds. The rest, they've probably possibly made them themselves or found sculptures, plonked them in there and made it look like a thing. So I can go, okay, did I like it? Did I think it was worth it? Yeah, good effort, so I'll give them a thumbs up. If I think the creation is awesome and I feel like following that creator, I can click on that button up there and follow the creator, that person. Or if I like the creation and want to know what they're going to do with it, I can click on that button and follow this creation from that creator. I'm not even going to mention that one because it shouldn't be there, but no, I will mention it. It is a button you can click. So if you see this picture and you go, oh, I'm offended, instead of going, just don't look at it, they've given you a button so you can report it. So if someone's putting, I don't know, propaganda in there, you can report it and they get flagged. That is if you want to send it to someone, or someone wants to send it to you, and you can do it with your own creations or other creations. As you can see here, I've replied to a guy who I've been helping out. He was making a game. In fact, I'll bring it up. There's the discussion. If I scroll to there, that's his creation. He's trying to make as you can see, an RPG. I could take a dig at CDPR right now, but you know, I've given him a thumbs up, and as you can see, that's the reset progress. I have played it. So if I go continue, this is somebody else's creation. They have made this. One person has made it, so they've probably found the sculpts or made the sculpts themselves. Pick up loot. Loot a chest. Swap out different weapons. So you have your swords. You can attack with your sword. So it's got all the functionality there. And he was just asking for help on whether everything feels right and whether he's taking the right path or whether something should be changed. So he wasn't asking me for like, how should I make the game? He's asking me like, perfect example, like the attack. He originally had the attack as, I think it was square or circle or something. And I made the suggestion, make right trigger attack. Because in most games, in fighting it's right trigger to attack. And he took that suggestion and he changed a few of the control scheme around. So yeah. So that's streams. That's what I've been doing. And just a quick note, all these characters here, like see this one here, for example, that one there's uploaded, but it's not publicly available. So I can share it with people, but they can't see it. And it is me creating mannequins, dummies, different versions. So like this one here could be a hanging body. That one there's the arms move. That one there, the arms do not. You get the idea. But yeah, all these are like, so when people say to me on Twitter or whatever, or on YouTube, or some of my YouTube videos, and they make the comment, oh, you're just upset with Cyberpunk because you can't see proper nudity. It's like, I can sculpt and make my own nudity in Dreams. That is not my problem. But I'm not going to get into the Cyberpunk thing right now. In fact, I'm going to call the stream. It's been going for a little over an hour. But, so if anyone's wondering what Streams is about, Dreams is what you just saw. Creation. You don't have to make puppets. I just love creating characters. I do have some that aren't characters, like some creations in here, like that one there, for example, is an early test. That puppet to go, oh, there's something there, stop walking in that direction. It's kind of a fail, but kind of not. Cyberpunk-ish gameplay, maybe. Go to a vehicle, get into a vehicle, drive said vehicle. Working headlights, working indicators. What does down do? I don't think down does anything. Yeah, because it's not as simple as walk up to the car and push a button and it's in. The coding on that is, without getting into details, the puppet I'm moving right now is the main puppet. But inside every one of these cars, in fact I'll show you this. Go to there. Boom. Every car has its own puppet already in it. What happens is when you walk close enough and the little handle lights up, you push triangle to enter. This puppet will then attach itself to the handle and go invisible. This puppet will become visible and you will take control of the car. When you exit, it swaps back again and just plonks this puppet next to the car. That's the way it works. So yeah, oh yeah, there we go. Actually, do I have a... Yeah, there it is. This one is mixable. This one's up here. Again, that head is not mine, but the body is. This is a... Allah Akbar, I suppose. Shouldn't be saying that in a stream, but you know. You can kill yourself. That's death animation. So... It's meant to be... When you die, that's what happens. But... So that people can just play with it, I've triggered it up so you just hit circle, and your character blows up. Again, this one here is a tricky one as well because all those limbs you see there are separated from the actual character. So for example, if I go to the edit mode in this, and go show all, see it's got separate limbs. So when you push the button, all the character except for the hip disappears, and then all these are, if I get this active, those little red squares that you can see inside the puppet there, are emitters in the game. And like for example, that emitter there will emit that limb. So we'll shoot that limb off in that direction. Same with that one, we'll shoot that limb off in there. That one will shoot the torso up. And those ones will shoot the limbs off to the side. But you don't see all that because it all happens like, all that disappears and those limbs are emitted like instantly. So you don't see it. And that's how it works. And if you play it, you don't see them. But for example, if I go to here and go, we'll blow myself up, then go to edit mode. As you can see, there's the limbs. But if I go to all visible, that character is still there. All I've done is told it to fall over and place the hip on the ground, and then make everything else invisible. And then, of course, they're not actually part of the character, they're separate. Those will stay there, but the emitted ones, you can see like there, and there, will shoot off. So that's how Dreams works. Okay. As you might have noticed, there was a genitalia that went past. I'm not going to point it out too much because YouTube will go. But yeah, it's a fully detailed one. There's that puppet I've been working on. Actually, I'll give you a quick look. There you go. It is all the detail that Cyberpunk kind of want to brag that is on their characters is on this character. It's actually more detailed than their character is. So the fact that I'm not seeing the nudity in that game, so I can come back and see it on this one. That's not the problem with that game. The problem is the lies. But yeah, this stream isn't about it, so let's move on. Oh, here we go. That's a VR room. You don't need VR to use it. If you're in VR, you can look around, and I'm sitting. Your character is your camera is sitting on a chair. You can possess this character, and in VR you can look around. That's what this is. That's the sole purpose, is to view your character in a little room. That's what this is. The little creations like that I love to create. Well, there's the hot dog. I'll bring it up. This one you can actually download and edit yourself. They are scaled up, so they're really big. As you can see, the bun is all physical, so you can actually interact with it all. The hot dog, you can interact with it. That's the thing that little puppet throws out. That's the original sculpt for the bun. I just cut it in half and then hinged it. And this is one that isn't flying around the map, so you can keep an eye on it. Because in theory, you could get this and you could throw it off the edge of the platform, and it's going to have to respawn. So yeah, again, you can go into them, adjust their weights, so they fly further, or they land like a brick. It's all up to you. My creation was meant to be, originally it was going to be a, you know when you do like a sports match or something like that, and you get the people selling hot dogs, and then they can toss you the popcorn, bags of popcorn, or whatever. It was going to be something along that, but it was going to be more like, a stadium or a grandstand with blank characters, puppets, coming at you, and you'd have to throw them at those to kill them, to stop them coming at you. That's what my plan was, and I'm still thinking about doing that. It's like, but with this whole CDPR thing, it's like losing a bit of interest in that kind of thing. But you know, I'm still creating, unlike them. Okay. Let's see if there are any other creations in there worth pointing out. No. No. Oh, here you go. Here's another thing I like to do. Every single one of those block pieces is something that the game developer has made. I just arrange it and pre-program any program that needs doing into it and make it like a set. And then people can, like, if they want to use it, they can. As you can see, it's got 5 thumbs up. That is, those 4 houses in the middle are complete houses. The 2 on either side, so the 2 on that side and 2 on that side, they're missing the back walls. So they're the edge of the world type thing. It's just a little area that if you want to make a little bit of a game, you can, like a hide and seek or whatever. Okay. I think that's pretty much all I can... Oh, here we go. No, that's private. Private. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the things I have created. Dungeon Run. I'm streaming. How can the connection be playing up? Talking about a stupid thing. top left-hand corner, you see, it's got a timer that's slowly counting down. It's also got a 0, 5 underneath. This is a true random generating dungeon. So there may not be a way through. I'm hoping there is on this run. Nope. But the aim of the game is to get as many complete runs as possible. If it's not completable, you come to this little purple button and step on it, and it will reshuffle the map. It does have a run function in the puppet, but running can sometimes throw you off, like that. Whoop, and then you take out the corner. So you decide, do you walk it or do you run it? Dead end. See, I don't think I'm going to get through again. Actually, was there a way through at this end? Okay, that's telling me that it's already been a minute past. So in other words, dude, get your gear. Get going, man. Okay, I'll reset again. And if you look, there's now a 2 of 5. You get 5 reshuffles or you'll lose a run. If you do 5 reshuffles, you'll lose a complete run. So, for example, I might get one here. Oh, yep, I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one. Come on, give it to me. Okay. When you get to the end, 1 complete run is in the yellow circle. And when I get back, it should reshuffle it, which it has done. So you got to try and get back again. The purpose of the game is to spend the 2-3 minutes, whatever it is it goes for, get through as many times as you can. And if you get stuck, or you don't think you can get through, hit the little button, but for every 5 presses, you lose 1 complete run. Okay, minute left. And I can't get through, it's an incompletable. Stand on it. Reshuffles. So I was going to get lucky then. Yeah, I'll complete this timer down. Let you see the ending of it, and then I'll call the stream. Okay, do another one. As you saw, oh, I just double shuffled. As you saw, double shuffled. As you saw, I hit it 5 times. I lost my first complete run. The actual map is available as a editable thing, so you can make your own game. It's a simple connecting cubes, basically. Yeah, complete. My score was 0. Yeah, so each little square has 4 walls, and when it loads, it will randomly spawn 0 to 4 of those walls. Obviously, if you get the four walls load in, it's a little square, and like if you're inside that room, you can't get out. At each end, there is a section that doesn't reshuffle, so it's always open. When you download it, you don't get the either end, I don't believe. I think it's just the thing. And it works off, you push circle to reshuffle, and you're in the center of the room. There's no penalties or anything like that, so you can literally make it however you want. If you want to grid it up and make 20 wide by 20 wide, you can make a mass maze. So yeah. Okay, well I'm going to call the stream. It's only an hour and a half. I hope this video helped anyone who's thinking about getting Dreams. I highly recommend it. It is a very good value for money. It's in my top 5 games of 2020, 2021. So, yeah, there you go. I will catch you next time. I'm going to call it. Hope you've enjoyed. Take care of yourselves.